Wow. Today is going to be an interesting live stream. I am stuck here with Gemma from Secrets of the Citadel and Helen. Please introduce yourselves, ladies.
Shall I go first?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Gemma from Secrets of the Citadel. Hi, everybody in the chat. I've been watching you guys for about half an hour now while I've been putting the finishing touches to my mascara on. Lovely to be here. This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit fun. And I've already sung Getting to Know You privately to Helen and Kyle, so I won't be doing that again. Helen?
Hello, my name is Helen, also known as Helena von Landstein in the chat. I have no clue why I'm here, why I'm invited. I don't know, maybe somebody dropped out last minute, so I put on some lipstick for you guys, and yeah, I'm here. Don't ask me questions.
Most professional podcast on YouTube. Today, what we're going to actually be doing is we've got an interesting list of questions, whether it's from patrons, whether it's from former videos that we've had, me and Gemma, whether it's from Geek Chat 1. And today, we'll talk a little bit about Game of Thrones, but just to give you an example, this is going to be a get to know you live stream. And what we're going to do is there's going to be a set of questions. I got them all here in a list. Gemma sent me about 1,000 of them. We're not going to get through all of them today. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask the panel questions, but also in the chat, what we would like you to do is also be interactive with this. Give us your answers and ask questions as well. So today, this is the Citadel of Hype podcast. It's kind of like a bonus episode, basically, from all the people that have been supporting us and basically wanting to talk to us or us to talk about ourselves and kind of what we enjoy and other questions that we don't normally get asked in live streams. Okay, so we got some people in the chat here. We got Andy Sorrell, Sophie Griffin, The Prince That Wasn't Promised, John Haymaker, Otilla Angel, Nyanor, Raylene, Daisy, Nicola, Blaze Mag is in the chat. Mandolin, what's up? Mackenzie, Tubbs, Oracle of Raylor, and many other people in the chat. Okay, so question. We're gonna go with the first one here, and I'm gonna start with Helen, since she's our guest today. Who is or was your most interesting friend? And remember, chat, you can put your answers in chat as well. Who is or was your most interesting friend?
What? You need to tell me these questions before. My most interesting friend, let me think. Oh God, I don't know.
It could be a was. It can be like in the past, like someone that was just like super eclectic, or I don't know, that got on your nerves or something. I don't know, like someone weird.
Can Gemma start and I think about it?
Gemma.
I don't have any friends. I pay people to be my friends. So
wow. Okay, Gemma, your turn.
Well, I'd like to say that all of the people I choose as my friends are interesting in many different ways. One of my closest friends in real life, because I kind of separate, I have categories, I have like real people and then my online people who are all very good friends in different ways. But one of my closest friends is an author and she's written many books. She actually podcasts with me on my other channel, Too Wordy. She's called Christy. And I'm just super proud of the things that she's achieved and her tenacity and her creativity, and the conversations we have are super stimulating, and I just love her to pieces. So if you're watching, which you won't because she'll be in bed because she's so not rock and roll, but if she's watching this later, hi Christy.
Christy Brown. Okay, yeah. With the what's it called? The Too
Wordy.
Yeah, that's the one. My bad. I guess I'll go before Helen here. I'm going to choose a family member, and it's my cousin Adam. My mom and my dad only had me, so I'm a single child. And I had all sorts of different babysitters. My mom and dad had opposite schedules, so all my cousins would take turns babysitting me. And I had there's Luke, Nick, Brandon, Adam, Tanya, Richie, like Lucas. There's all sorts of different people that babysat me. But I would say that Adam is the most interesting because he influenced me when I was younger than him. He's is he 7 years older than me? So he was 7 years older than me. They used to play in a ska punk rock band. when I was younger, we would go over there on Friday nights and they'd be like 21, 22 and be like, oh, wow, we get to hang out with like older people and like whatever. And they used to play in a punk rock band and they influenced me in the music that I got to listen to. But Adam, I think for this specific reason, he's the most interesting person. Is like, he's basically like my older brother and he's taught me in like probably my most valuable life lessons other than what I've learned about how to interact with people and treating people and just the universe and nature and stuff like that. So Adam, you probably won't see this because you don't watch YouTube, but he is my most interesting friend, definitely, and family member. Helen.
Okay, so I thought about it. I have a few friends actually. Most interesting, I find a weird question because I mean everyone thinks interesting is interesting in another way. But one of my best friends, she's a Kiwi. I met her in London, and normally I'm somebody who needs a really long time to trust people, to be really good friends. But with her, it automatically clicked, and I met her when she was super drunk, just broke up with her boyfriend of like 12 or 15 years. Yeah, she's a Kiwi. She's never seen Lord of the Rings. I'll never forgive her for that. But yeah, we instantly clicked, and then we moved into a house together in London, and she's like the coolest, most fun person ever. And we always do literally every year a road trip together, just as girls. And we just pick a random country in Europe and rent a car and drive through the country without booking anything, just doing like Airbnbs or bed and breakfasts. And we have the best time. And normally I get annoyed with people like if you're always together 24/7, but we live together, we travel together, and I love her to death. And she's so fun. She always has these little games. Like she asks you, do you know these like dinner table games where you ask, okay, 3 people, if you can invite 3 people who are dead, who would you invite and what question would you ask them and stuff like that. And we had really long hour drives. Once we went from Naples to Rome in like 5 or 6 hours driving straight without a break. And she always asks me these questions, and it's so interesting because I don't know, normally you talk, I don't know, job, boys, movies, whatever, but it goes really deep, and I love her to death. She's like the coolest person ever, and I just know her since a few years, but I don't know, the first day I was like, I know you forever.
Yeah, I've met people like that who you just instantly click with. They're the best.
Yeah.
Some of these responses, we don't have many answers from you guys for this one. Peg Pete Iburn would be one of my more interesting friends, as we share a similar curiosity to science. A couple of people are talking about imaginary friends. They don't have one. Sophie Griffin has a friend who is an idiotic crackhead called Julia.
Cool. Maybe she has her qualities as well. Maybe that crackhead.
Wow. So Gemma, I think we're going to move to the next question now.
I think we should.
Okay, so here's a really good question. What is something that your friends would consider so you? And we'll start off with you, Helen.
Okay, like so me, she never shuts the fuck up. like stop.
You stole mine.
Yeah, no, honestly, like I was I was looking for a job. I finished my university thing and I was looking for a job, and literally that guy in front of me, that interviewer, was like, is there ever a time you shut up? And but you asked
what about selfie? What about selfies? You take a lot of selfies.
Yeah, but I'm pretty, so it's my obligation.
Oh my God, this is going to be a disaster.
I'll be old one day, and then I have all my selfies, and I'll be like, look, kids, mom was hot one day before Botox.
Wow. Thanks for that really in-depth answer, Helen. Gemma, what would something that your friends would be considering so you?
Like Helen, I don't shut up. I never shut up ever. I'm terrible for it. I've just got so many interesting things to say. I can't help that, I mean, what can I say? But I think things like, I don't know, like geek t-shirts, like I'm quite well known for my vast selection of geek themed t-shirts, not just specifically Game of Thrones. That goes across the board: DC, Marvel, gaming, all sorts of stuff like that. I'm probably the only mum that rocks up and stands around in the playground with a t-shirt of Deadpool shooting himself in the head. You know, so that would probably, that's so Gemma, that Deadpool t-shirt. That's what they would say.
But are your kids like, you're cool, or are your kids
they love
like,
it.
oh, mom? Oh,
No,
mom.
they love it. They think I'm the coolest thing
One of
ever.
our kids is like 10 or 9, and she listens to like Ozzy Osbourne and shit. And we're like, turn it down. We're trying to do a live stream.
My 9-year-old's favorite band is Megadeth. Okay. She's so metal. She's awesome.
I guess one thing for me that is so me, and I don't know, maybe this is just something that my mom instilled in me, is like holding the door open for people. Like if I go to the grocery store and there's like an old lady, I like automatically try to walk ahead of them and like hold the door open. So people will say like, "Oh, Kyle, that's a you thing," because like, you know, I'm generally not polite when I'm not being I'm generally polite when I'm not being an asshole. So
you are very polite, actually. When I was in Dallas, between you and JR, I did not open a single door for myself. It was lovely.
Other than that, I mean, I'm really competitive. Like, I don't lose at Mario Kart, but like, if someone like, yeah, I'd probably get like super salty if I lost. You know what I mean?
Character?
So that's like,
which character are you?
Oh, Yoshi. It's not even.
No, you're the princess.
But yeah, I guess that would be something, because like if I didn't do it, like my mom would like whip my ass. So, like not literally, you know what I mean? So I guess like that's like a thing. Like I'm like really like the things like I really believe in. I'm like really rooted in them. Like you can hardly like an immovable object on some of those things. I'm really stubborn on those things. So I guess that would be like a so you thing for me.
Sydney Weinberger is presently wearing a Deadpool t-shirt right at this very moment, and the chat have now officially called you Kyle Dorr.
Yeah, just
that's
wanted
your
to
new
say
name.
that.
And I'm wearing my Motorhead t-shirt, Church of London, always.
Okay, guys, please, as we're talking about shirts, check out. Can you see it? Or I'm not sure.
Oh, damn! An Azor Ahype t-shirt, rocking it today. And Gemma's got a God of War mug right now. So Flash, God of War. We got my Azor Ahype. You can actually see my
Azor Ahype. I'm such a nerd.
Yeah, we have an Azor Ahype pillow in the background there. You can kind of see it on the couch. But yeah, we got a donation. We got the donation train started. Otilla Angel, no question, but I missed last month's Patreon because my card was frozen due to fraud. So I wanted to make it up to Kyle. Yeah, on that topic, everyone, we've actually lost 30 patrons over the past 3 months. A lot of people don't even know they're not on Patreon anymore, but Patreon moved their central bank from the US to the UK. And what happens is a lot of cards get flagged down and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate anyone that makes a donation or who has stayed on Patreon. Really appreciate that. So thank you, Otilla, for that. Let's move on to another. We got lots of questions.
I sent you 200 questions. We'll probably not get through them all.
Yeah, we won't get through. We got about a little bit more than an hour. Got about an hour and a half. It's actually Simon's brother Pedro from Blaze Manga's birthday, and we're going out tonight. So that's why the stream is a little bit earlier than usual, but it's good because we can get UK, European people in and whatnot. What's another good question? Oh, okay. What gets you fired up? So that's a pretty good question.
Oh, heck. Is this to me?
Or either of you?
What gets me fired up? Not much, to be honest. I'm pretty laid back. I'm pretty chill. Like you could be going out of your way to offend me, and that would pose a challenge to you because I just don't care that much. That's mainly the issue. I mean, my husband pisses me off though sometimes. I can't think of something specific. Maybe being called out or being like called a liar when I'm not, or something like that. And then you will have every item of crockery in the kitchen thrown at your head. I don't turn very often, but when I do, you really wish I hadn't. Let's put it that way.
Helen.
Oh, I thought fired up is like, hey, party people.
No, triggered.
Yeah, triggered.
This one is like triggered. It's like,
okay,
like blood boiling.
I'm not a very patient person, and it's so funny because my birthday was a few days ago, and Gemma sent me that awesome Gemma, how's it called?
It's called a birth chart.
Birth chart, exactly.
Yes.
So when I was in India, I got like a palm reader reading my future, probably a fraud. He told me he's super famous in India, and he only told me really, really bad things, horrific things. And I was like, oh, Gemma, I'm not sure. Please only tell me the good things. But it was so fun. And literally the thing I hate the most, I don't have patience with people who are like, who walk slow, who drive slow, who talk slow, who I don't know, who don't have their shit together. And and Gemma sent me that, and one of the first things there was, oh yeah, you don't have patience with people. And Gemma automatically said, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I've got your number, haven't I? I've got your number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like people that, we call it flanging around. You know, when you're just about to leave the door of the house and you're stood at the door and then someone goes, oh, just one. Really? That really winds me
on the phone when you just want to leave and they are like talking and you're like, oh, okay, bye, and oh God.
Yeah. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
I think a thing for me is that because I'm honest and reliable and consistent, like if you have a plan with me, text me.
Sure,
text
yeah.
You know, like, and call me if like you can't hang out. Don't keep me waiting around. That shit pisses, like, I want to like kill you.
Oh, and people that are late, that's just rude. I mean, like, if you've made I said nothing originally, but there's loads of things coming up now. Yeah, people that are late. I mean, like, if you've made a specific arrangement, if you've made a time, you know, there's just no excuse for that. It's just rude. Rudeness. I don't like rude people. Like, I need to shut up. You got me all fired up.
Yeah. I guess one more thing, and I think this probably goes for all of us on the panel, is like just being like incessantly rude, like whether it's misogynistic or rape, and anything that has to do with inequality, that shit pisses me right off. And I'll be like, I will call people straight up on that shit, like right in front of them, and be like, embarrass them in front of their whole family type shit.
Can I just apologize?
Trolling. You enjoy Gemma's and my trolling, right?
Yeah, of course.
Trolling's fun. But can I just apologize to all of the people in the chat that are now explaining that they're late all the time? Sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm so early for everything that it's actually rude. That's how early I am. So I take it to extremes the other way, you know. So yeah. Next question, I think, would be a good idea.
What small gesture from a stranger made a big impact in you? I'm actually going to go first. And like, I'm not really huge on compliments. I'm not someone that really likes to accept a lot of compliments. It makes me feel kind of uncomfortable, and like just accepting things in general. I'm more, I guess, more of a giver. But this one person told me once, I can't remember who it was. Remind me if it was you, but someone told me that I had magnetism, and I was like, that's the best compliment I ever received. Because you can tell someone they're good looking or, they're really funny or whatever. When you tell them that they have this positive magnetism, that they have this energy about them that can influence people in a really positive or negative way, that is something that is really eye-opening. And it made me realize a lot about myself. And, obviously, I think your whole life you go through this different discovery period. There's like 5 or 6 really big moments in your life where you really change, and you kind of look over your life and you change things and whatever. But I think that was, for me, a small gesture, but it really impacted me in a big way because it made me think about how I approach life. Gemma.
Small gesture. This is probably one of the smallest gestures that any stranger can give you. And this isn't one person in particular that's done this. I've had this small gesture given to me on many occasions. And it's when a complete stranger randomly makes eye contact with you and just smiles. So that can literally make your day. You know, if you're going about your business and somebody, and not like a creepy, weird smile, just a genuine smile. You know, just really, it really makes a difference. And you always smile back. I try and do it a lot to strangers. You know, if you do make eye contact, just smile, because people always smile back. It's lovely. Smiling's a wonderful thing. It's free, it's easy, and it can really make someone's day. Everyone needs to smile at strangers all day long.
Yeah, the only problem there is, I actually wanted to say something very similar. The only problem is the only people who smile at you today are old people, because everybody else is doing this on their phone. So you don't, no matter in the subway, on the street, on, I don't know, anywhere, people don't look at you anymore. And it was not a really nice gesture. I was just like, because I'm old now officially, and a random guy came up to me and was like super old school, and was like, oh, you're so pretty, and would you consider going out with me? This is my number. And he wrote it on like a piece of paper from a lottery, you know, the
pen and paper. That is retro.
Yeah. And I don't know when he did. I think he saw me in the shop, and he did it in the shop and followed me out, and I was like, oh, that never happens. Just like, it was cool.
What is the most pleasing 5-letter word? Is it money? No, it's smile.
My goodness me.
It's smile.
Yeah, we'll go with smiled. Tubbs 1971 says, I tried to high five strangers, but no one high fives me back. I used to run a lot. I used to do like a lot of fun runs. I used to run a lot of half marathons and things like that. I went through a good few years. And when you're running in a race, you know, you get the people on the sidelines that are cheering you on. They always high five you. You know, you can be running along and you're high fiving every kid along the way. That's always fun. But yeah, just like in Tesco's or something, it's not generally a thing, is it? Money. Nicola Jerkin says money. Booty. Oh, we're moist. Daisy.
So mine is music.
It's smile because nothing can diminish it. It's positive. Okay, we got lots more questions. When do you feel truly alive? That's a pretty deep question.
That is deep. I'll go then, shall I? I feel alive when I'm feeling the earth in some way. Either I'm in the rain, or I'm running barefoot on the grass, or I'm paddling in the sea and I just dive in. The sand in between. If my body is feeling the elements in some way, I particularly like just running into the ocean fully clothed. I do that more often than I should. I don't care. Like, if it's raining, I will run straight out and I will feel that storm. I will lift my head up. I will put my arms wide and I will embrace it. I love it. I hug trees. I romp around barefoot. I'm one of those people, I'm afraid.
I'm actually in agreement with you here, Gemma. I think that summer and birds, like if I'm outside, like with fresh air, and there's birds that are like, and they're like just, you know, flying around and doing their thing. It's like, oh, and then you just appreciate, like in that moment, you just like sit down and you don't do anything else, and there's like, you're silent, but you're like watching the movements and listening to the sounds. You're like, oh, damn, like this is awesome. Go ahead, Helen.
So I'm the complete opposite. You know, I don't like nature really. I hate insects and birds and wool and dirt, and I don't like that. I'm like, you know, like Saruman who has lots of machines and everything. No, but I love cars and I love driving, and I feel so alive when I'm driving in my nice car very fast and listen to very loud music. I love music and driving, and the both combined makes me so happy. And whoever is friends with me on Instagram knows I'm always posting while driving super fast. I'm always posting videos of me driving with very loud music on and singing. That's my happy place.
Oh, some lovely answers in the chat. Sophie Griffin says, to be honest, I feel truly alive learning about different people and places and their cultures. I love learning about the world and trying to understand it. Andy Burnett, for me, it's watching my kids interact with each other nicely. Yeah, I hear you, Andy.
This is probably my favorite question of the bunch. I was just looking through them again. What risks are worth taking? I'm actually going to answer this one first. And, you know, I'm going to tell, it's going to be a little bit of a story time here, but, you know, before I was doing YouTube, I was bartending, and there's nothing wrong with bartending. I mean, it's a decent job. You can go out there and you can make good money. If that's something that you enjoy, that's totally cool. But I did it for a long time, and I was like, you know, super unhappy with where I was, but I stayed with where I was because of money and different things. And then I got hurt, and then I just, you know, all I was really looking forward to was like getting better and then going to do the same thing again. And then I took a risk, obviously, on doing this YouTube thing. But I want to say this in general to everyone in chat, because I really do believe this. Whether it's someone that you like, you want to ask out someone, or it's a job or something that is important to you in life, those are important risks that you got to take, because I think that a lot of people don't even realize in this whole their whole lifetimes what is really important to them because of the situation that they're in or whatever. But I think that once you play by the rules of other people in life and you don't play by your own rules, you don't try to get your own self going, then you're really losing. And I think that it can't happen for everyone, but I do want to encourage everyone, whether it's a passion, a job, someone you like, just don't wait forever, because we don't have forever. And I think I am kind of one of those. I guess you can look at me and Gemma as people that are like, hey, like, you know, we took a risk. We both started YouTube and stuff like that. But just in general, like, I took a risk for many different things lately. And I just think that when you make decisions based out of fear, you generally lose. And I think when you make them out of love and you make them, you generally have more positive effects. So that's what I would say. What risks are worth taking? The ones that are really important to you, with someone that you like, a job or a passion. Just fucking go for it, Gemma.
And the easy route is not the fun route, you know.
And that's how you gain perspective in life. If you don't take risks and you don't fail, and that's one thing too. With people who are like, oh, like failure is needed in life. You have to have failure, otherwise you don't have perspective on anything. So, Gemma, what's your answer for this? And we'll go with Helen.
Any risk that comes truly from the heart. I kind of have two things that I do whenever I need to make an important decision in my life. I imagine myself laid on my deathbed and think, am I going to regret doing this or not doing this? Okay. Like, if I think I'm probably playing too much Candy Crush right now, I know this isn't a risky thing, but like as an example, am I going to be laid on my deathbed thinking, I wish I'd played more Candy Crush? The answer is no, therefore I have to get off. No. Am I going to be laid on my deathbed thinking, I wish I tidied up the house more? No, I'm not. So I always question that, but then I always fall back on, life is too short. That's all I'll say. Helen.
Yeah, I have a very similar story to Carl's, actually. Like, I lived my super happy, awesome life in Munich. I had a great job. And then I was like, oh, well, I need to change something, quit my job, which is hard, you know, because it's your income and everything. And left my home and went traveling for like 6 to 7 months through East Asia on my own, which was super weird. I tell you, people, if you are a girl alone eating dinner in a hotel where families are, they look at you like, who's that weirdo? Every night she's there alone. And I had my books and everything, and you get used to it. In the beginning, it's really hard. But I was so happy because normally I would never have done it. I never had a longer holiday than like 2 or 3 weeks. That was it, and it was so worth it. And I loved every day. And I can only recommend, if you people have the chance, our life changed so much, and you will always get another job, and no job is worth, you know, doing the same and same, no matter how much you think you love it. Going out and refocusing and charging your batteries again and doing something super uncomfortable, because I told you I don't like nature and shit, and I lived it in India, and like literally lived in kind of tree house with a yoga guru and shit, and it was cool. It was fun.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
There's so many. I mean, we got another donation from Tubbs, keeping the donation train going. Thank you. Says catch you later. Tubbies with the $10 donation. Do we have any final things to add on that question? I think we all pretty much covered that one, right?
Yeah.
That was
I mean, I could tell my story too, but I think I've pretty much captured the essence with it. Life's too short.
Exactly. I think Lauren's Corner, she had a really cool question.
Yes,
she said, what is your most negative but satisfying trait? I don't want to answer first.
I want to answer that one too. You go, Helen.
I'll go first. I'm stubborn as fuck. I'm stubborn as fuck.
And you interrupt people.
I do interrupt people. Here's the thing though. It's in general about things that are really important to me. You know what I mean? Like Gemma says, hey Kyle, don't get in political fights on Twitter and Facebook. I still do it anyways. I don't listen. But but when I see, even if I know it's going to be a waste of my time, I still go and do it. But that means that I am super competitive and determined to change people's minds, or at least try. Ladies.
John Haymaker would like to know what my cat's called. This is Jon Snow. I think mine, I personally find it hilarious and incredibly satisfying, but I'm pretty much sure that not anybody else does. I've got two. One, I am very, very sarcastic. I'm horrendously sarcastic, to the point where sometimes people don't even know I'm being sarcastic, and I just carry on regardless. But I'm also really, really, really messy. Like, and I don't care. I just don't care. I just
people think that Gemma was the clean one in the hotel room. Yeah, baby.
Every time I went into my bathroom, Kyle had tidied it up. I'm like, what the fuck? All my stuff's tidy. What? Kyle, I don't know where all my stuff is now. You've tidied it. It's an organized mess.
Absolute shame.
Hashtag blame Kyle. It's easy.
Yeah, I am terribly, terribly messy. But the worst thing is, I don't care. I just don't care. Life's too short, right?
Exactly. Wow. What a great excuse, Gemma. Okay, Helen. Sorry.
So I do love talking about people behind their backs, and I think it's so satisfying and so evil. And this is what Gemma and I enjoy most, talking about Kyle. No, just kidding. No. But I love it, and I can't stop, and I love gossip. It's my life. And then I smile nice, and people are like, she's so nice. She would never do that.
So basically, you just outed yourself as a bitch on
I am. Yeah. Excuse me, Cersei's my role model. Do you think that's true? Because of the wine? It's not because of the wine. No.
You've made no attempt to hide this, let's face it.
Exactly.
Mandolin says, it's not messy, it's controlled chaos. I bet, I do know where everything is. Like, I know, my clothes are on the floor over there where I left them and all. I need a lot of shit as well. I kind of collect a lot of stuff. Like, I draw and I sew and I practice my makeup and I read, and I'm just surrounded by crap all the time. It drives everybody that I know mental. But I don't care.
We got
Gemma is one of those animal hoarders. Probably she has like 100 cats. We just see like 2 or 3, but they're
here's another great question. What do you strongly suspect, but you have no proof of? I got 2, but I'm gonna let you go first, Helen.
Aliens.
See, I was gonna say that, so I'll just scratch one. But go ahead, Helen.
I didn't get the question. Can you repeat?
What do you strongly suspect but have no proof of?
Oh God.
Mine's gonna be really epic. It's gonna be really short but sweet, and everybody's gonna love it.
I'm
not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
No, it was the Russians, Gemma. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff. Actually, I'm like, I don't think they're aliens.
Mackenzie says unicorns.
Yeah, unicorns.
So you believe in the great filter theory then, that life conditions on Earth are extremely rare in the universe, and that
I don't want to think about it because I think the thought about it is so scary. So I blend it out, and I'm aliens are not real.
Well, here's what I suspect.
Oh yeah, 9/11. Sorry, Andy Sorrell. 9/11 was an inside job, 100%.
Oh, 6,000 different architects agree on that, but we won't get into that because
this is not that kind of video.
But what do you strongly suspect but have no proof of, Kyle? Well, I strongly suspect that anybody that believes that Ashara Dane is Jonso's mother is an idiot. I don't have proof that they're all idiots, but I strongly suspect that all of them are.
Mandolin has asked if anybody are type O negative because they're definitely aliens. I'm rhesus negative, so I don't have monkey DNA, but I'm B negative. 2% of the population, very rare blood group. I've been told all the time when I go to donate. But yeah, apparently all the rhesus negative people are aliens. So that would make me one too, apparently.
Oh, makes
you heard
sense
it here
now.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
What do this is gonna actually I probably shouldn't even mention this. It's pretty much a known fact, and it's about religion, and I'm not even
don't go there. Oh, we've got some great ones in the chat. I'm gonna cut you off there, Kyle. Look, Ness Monster, flat Earth or hollow Earth, Azor Hype shots fired, lol. UFOs, aliens,
Nessie, Loch Ness.
Well, what do I strongly...
Next question.
Oh, what is the most memorable gift that you've received?
Oh, I've got an answer for that. My husband named a star after me. I know. So there is literally a star in the sky that is called Gemma after me.
You go, Helen. I really have to think about this one. This is tough.
Yeah, I'm as you guys know, I'm super materialistic, so I love expensive stuff. And obviously, Daddy gave me for my 18th. We're allowed to drive with 18, not before in Germany. So he gave me a pretty nice car for my 18th birthday, and I loved it, and I cherished it, and I crushed it.
I guess this could be considered as a gift. Last February, I went to go get the consultation for my back, and they wanted to take 2 discs out of my spine. And the guy told me, he said, Kyle, well, you're pretty tough, and you dealt with a lot of pain, but I am not going to perform surgery on you because you're young, and I believe that you can have a good life without surgery. I think that was a pretty good gift because that literally was like 1,000 pounds off my soldier shoulder. Wow.
Oh, look at what Sydney Weinberger said. My doggy, she'll be 19 in December. Oh, Sydney, that's so cute.
I love doggos.
Lovely. Thank you, Mandolin. That's lovely. Andy Sorrell says, the gift of life from my mummy. See, we're getting to know each other, aren't we? Everybody's getting to know each other. Isn't this lovely? And Lawrence Connor, the best gift I've ever been given is a pair of electrical hand warmers from a guy friend. Wow, that when it's cold, I can, that's sweet. I still have them. Bless.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Okay. What do you take for granted?
Ugh.
I don't know what this one actually.
I know a good one. Because I'm the worst person in replying to messages. And these days people are no longer calling. And my friends, literally, a lot of my friends threaten to unfriend me, like really, really good friends, because sometimes I don't reply. And sometimes I take my friends for granted, and I'm like out for weeks and don't reply. And that's not nice. But yeah, sorry, friends.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm terrible for replying to messages. And yeah, I mean, people literally, my friends will go for weeks without seeing me, and then I'll go through this period where I crave my friends, and I'll see them 3 or 4 times a week, and then they won't see me again for 2 months. So yeah, I'm pretty bad for that. I need to try harder.
That's a sweep of the board here on that one. I think we all. Yeah. That's a pretty good one. But I would say, like, one thing that, I got another story time here again. I was at Anime Week in Atlanta, and I was having a pretty shitty day. The guy, shitty day by my standards. The guy had shaved the beard, and I was like really pissed off about it. And I was like, I wanted to kill people. But then as I was walking outside, there was like a bunch of cosplayers and people taking pictures and stuff. There was this girl in this wheelchair. Okay, and I swear to God, she had like the biggest smile there at anyone. She was enjoying herself more than anyone. And I'm like, I just looked at her and I was like having this shitty day. And I was like, I'm feeling shitty. I'm walking around doing my thing. I'm healthy right now and I'm complaining. And I'm like, imagine if I couldn't even walk, or, I had some sort of injury where I couldn't type or play guitar or something like that. That is definitely a great suggestion. Who said that? Was that Daisy Kowalczykowski? Sorry, no, that's the TV. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think that we all, like, for those of us that don't have huge health issues, health is a big one. I think that we could also definitely say, like, hey,
Andy Sorrell said, my amazing good looks. Send pictures, Andy. Send pictures. We want proof.
And Mandoline's really feeling my answers, because we have a fellow Gemini in the house, and I think Helen and I are vibing as well, because she's obviously a fellow air sign. So yeah, we've just got wet, watery Cancerian Kyle over there.
So here's a great question, and I know what the answer is going to be for Gemma, because she won't shut the hell up about it. If you had a clock that would count down to any one event of your choosing, what event would it be counting down to? And for Gemma, oh my God, guys, oh my God, Gemma, you're giving me a goddamn headache every goddamn day. It's about Kana Browns.
Every day I message Kyle, is it July yet? Every day.
Well, but she does the same to me. How many people does she message about?
If JR was in the chat, he would confirm that I also do it.
It's not only you. I don't feel as bad now that she's just. I thought it was just me that she was harassing every morning.
Nope, I harass many people.
Fuck's sakes! Oh my God. And she knows it. Ah, Gemma, shut up.
Next question. Oh yeah, you two need to answer that one first.
Go ahead.
Turning the clock, like go to an event in the future, not the past, right? Just future?
Yeah.
Yeah, something that you've got planned in the future that you're excited about.
So also Cone of Thrones, because it's normally I'm like not very involved in all these chats, and I normally don't accept people as friends who I don't know, but this is such a crazy cool and fun group, and I just feel good vibes. I've never read, I like once read in all these chats a negative comment, and that's why I'm really, really looking forward to it, and to have fun, drink tequila, dance on bars. Yeah.
Mine's definitely Worldcon next year. It's in Dublin, Ireland, and as you may know, I was inducted into the Brotherhood Without Banners and got to party with George R. R. Martin. So getting to see him again and going to see the rest of the Brotherhood Without Banners are going to be going. So that'll be super fun. But going to Dublin and really, I want to go to Winterfell and like the sets and the different locations that the tourist locations.
You mean me coming to see us guys is not the thing? You're rude. How rude? I mean, rude. If I know this is your stream, so I can't kick you off. But if I could, I would. Wow, just wow, Kyle.
Unreal. Oh my God. Time out, Gemma.
Let's just go to Ireland, Gemma. It's just a small place compared to.
I've already been to Winterfell. I've seen it
all.
Oh,
you shut your mouth.
That was so last year.
We just go there and troll Kyle, just to troll him.
We should do that.
Here's a really awesome one. What will your last words be? It's really interesting to think about.
I
thought you were gonna say "fuck off," but
yeah.
Where's my Gucci handbag?
Yeah.
I told you I was poorly.
I told you I was ill.
It was just a flesh wound. I'll probably say like just have hope or something, or I love you.
I'd like to say I love you, and of course that would depend on who I was with, wouldn't it?
You know, I'll probably say something really dumb like get me a burger or something like that. Yeah.
Get me a burger.
Oh my goddamn last bite to be a burger.
No, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go with Mama Ogres. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
If you actually say that and it happens, you will be the biggest legend of all humankind.
Or Sydney Weinberger, the Lannisters send their regards.
Nice.
Oh my God. It's
Tim F.
Tell Kyle.
or I'll whisper, or George hasn't put out the last book yet. Ashera is not John's fucking mom. Bye.
Oh, we've got some great suggestions in the chat for this one. Yeah, I think I know what George Satiano's would be as well. He would be like, Arya is the waif.
No, and sand snakes forever.
Sand snakes forever. And Thomas Gadan's would be hashtag Sansa forever.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Daisy said, my grandma's friend, when she died, said to her husband, oh, look, they're coming to get me. Wow. That's crazy.
Probably the aliens that anal probed her.
I regret nothing. Winter is coming. Yardell sells the Avon.
I'm sorry, Daisy. That was really inappropriate. What do you like most? What do you like most about your family? Gemma's like sighing. Oh shit! I hope they don't see this video.
What I like most about my family is they are absolutely nuts. They are completely crazy, every single one of them, all in their own unique and individual ways. They all drive me absolutely insane. But my mother and my youngest daughter in particular are just complete free-spirited wild souls. They're like barefoot ginger hippies that run through meadows and join cults and play harps, and they're just crazy, like literally off the wall, not even part of this planet or human society in general. And I love it. They're awesome. You know, break the mold, be different, be weird, but they drive me crazy.
At family potlucks, we have like let's say there's 70 people. There's food for like 400 people. So that's
so you're free.
like the food to person ratio. There's like enough for you to make like 17 trips to the table. You know what I mean? And we always have a family potluck. And my mom has 10 brothers and sisters. So I mean,
Lord.
Yeah. My grandparents shagged a lot. But I gotta grab my laptop charger and let these ladies take over here for a second. 1 minute.
Tim F says the Barefoot Ginger Hippies is the best band name ever.
True.
What about you? Where are you on this one, Helen?
Yes, I mean, they're not as crazy. I'm an only child, so I don't have a super big family. They're not as crazy, but they're like, my parents are the coolest people, and I'm like friends. Yeah, like friends to me. Like when I was 18 and we got a bully Volkswagen bus and we went to Amsterdam, and my dad was like, "I'm not getting you out of jail. Be careful while smuggling drugs." And and stuff like that, and they always supported me, and they're like, you can do whatever you want, just do it good. And they were never like, oh no, you're bad at this. They're like, oh, but you're good at this, maybe try this. Except I was really bad at painting, and my mom is like an arts professor, and she, whenever we got a school project and you had to build or paint or pottery, my things looked like something the cat dragged in, and all parents put it on the wall or wherever, their kids' stuff, and my mom was like, no, I'm not putting this anywhere. This goes straight to the basement. And I was like, oh, okay.
King McKay. Oh, King McKay. I got a big Dutch family, 28 cousins on one side of the family. Yeah,
wow.
I might even have more than that, man. Like, there's my mom. My mom has 10 brothers and sisters. There's like, there might be 40. There might be 4. There's a lot. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty awesome, though. It's like our family, like we used to have them on Boxing Day in Canada. It's the day after Christmas where everybody does their shopping. We used to have it at my grandmother's apartment building, but when they got older, I mean, they moved my grandmother into a home. So now we do it in the summertime at what used to be our family cottage and is now my Uncle Rick and my auntie's home. And there's like a sauna, and there's like, we go tubing and like fishing and like barbecuing, and it's pretty badass. But yeah, that's the one thing I like about my family. Like, we always get together, like have some sweet get-togethers. Next question. Oh, what fact are you resigned to? A fact that you are resigned to.
You start.
I'm going to die one day. That's a weird question. Who gave you these questions, Kyle?
I would say for me that negativity breeds negativity, which Gemma often teaches me. Positivity breeds positivity. That's pretty simple. I think the way the universe works, the way everything works, makes a lot of sense. Magnetism.
Oh, Andy Sauls dropped a donation on you. Here's some monies.
Yes.
Best super chat comment ever. Here's some monies.
Here, let me do a trick. Let me do a cool trick for you. Whoa! There you go.
Was that it?
We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind. No friends of mine. I could sing like Gemma, cause Gemma, do. We can dance. Gemma, do the safety dance.
I've left.
The money back. He just said he wants the money back.
Wow, we lost 7 viewers by me doing that.
Next.
Oh, geez, we got more questions. Ooh.
Karen Richmond, I'm fat. I'm always going to be fat, and the best I can hope for is to be less fat. Karen, Karen, we love you. Don't think about that.
Ooh.
Kyle is fat as well. You need a personal trainer.
Actually, I have a personal trainer lined up when I get back home.
I know. Rich
bitch. Tyler D says, my 6-month-old son was just staring at Kyle like WTF. Come
All
on,
right,
lay it on us, pal. What have you got?
You know what? We've taken a lot of different questions from Patreon and all that. Let's take them straight from chat now, because I think we got the really good ones out of the way. There's some that are just kind of like they're similar to the other questions that we've already answered. I'm just looking through them. So chat, we're gonna have a little period here of about 15 minutes where you guys just get to hammer us with these. And listen, no super like sexist questions, or let's try to avoid religion and politics, but like fun questions.
I'm just looking through the list of questions now to see if there's anything interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, most of them were like about like, you know, turning points in life and stuff like that. We kind of mostly talked about like, there's a lot of similar questions that you sent me, Gemma.
Oh my God, King McKay, what was your high school life? Love that.
I was trouble. I went to detention a lot. I was never shut up in class. I skipped out of class a lot. But I played sports, and we would get drunk and like.
So you're like that. Does anybody know that game Life is Strange? Has anyone played that? I love it. It's so good. And you're like that chick from Life is Strange, the rebel.
You'll never guess what I was like at school.
A complete nerd.
Cheerleader.
No, I was, Kyle's more on the nose. I was the really, really good, well-behaved, perfect, studious, top of the class A student that everybody hated.
Teacher's pet?
Yeah.
Wow.
So. Look at me now.
Here's a couple of really good questions. We got like food questions, like we got like traveling questions. Like these are fun. Here, I got some here. Okay, so
I mean, we all know I was the cheerleader, so okay, thank you.
So Nyan says coffee or tea or whiskey or vodka. Well, I'm gonna answer that one: whiskey and coffee for sure.
Coffee and vodka.
Gin and gin.
Mama Ogre says the best food you have ever eaten. Damn, that is really freaking tough. I don't know. I would actually have to say when I went to San Jose to go visit George, we went to the sushi restaurant and had omakase where the chef served you single piece at a time. That would probably have been that was up there. We drank a ton of sake too, so we were kind of drunk and really hungry, but that might have been the best food that I've ever had. It was awesome.
I like Greek food and I like tapas. I like olives and stuffed vine leaves and just that kind of vibe. I like having lots of little things to nibble from.
You like antipasto and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Helen, I know Helen's had a lot of good food. She's a Richie Rich, so she's had much more elegant food than us.
No. But that honestly, I'd rather have, like when we were traveling through Italy, we didn't spend much money, but we went to really cool places, like places that invented kind of pizza, and it's only a margarita. It's nothing fancy, but honestly, it was the best pizza ever. It was so good.
One thing that I would also say is in Ottawa, the capital of Canada, where I used to live, there's a big. There's Chinatown and there's Vietnamese food. There's really good pho, or pho, we call it pho. But there's this one place, and one guy I used to work with Chef Joseph, straight from Lebanon, and he would make the best lamb shank. It would like fall off the bone, but he used to make these shawarmas that were like the juiciest chicken you ever had. You would have one, and you'd be like, wow, it was just like umami, that just like my cheeks are watering right now. Like I just had this, like, you know what I mean? It's like, my flavor blasters are going off. We have another one from Mackenzie Burns. Ooh, this is a really good one. What is a dream vacation you would want to take if money wasn't an issue?
Somewhere, like I'd like to go to Iceland and see the Aurora Borealis. That's a bit of a dream one for me. I'd like to go anywhere that had like an active volcano, assuming it was safe, to be like natural. But the Aurora Borealis, that would be amazing. Something like that.
Helen?
I also wanted to say, I mean, I've traveled the world a lot. What I'm missing on my list is I want to do a safari and in Tanzania, and we thought about it to go there on a honeymoon, but then it didn't happen. So I want to see the Great Migration in the Masai Mara, and that's like living, you know, in one of those really fancy, cool lodges, and see a safari.
There's this one place in Thailand where you go with guides, you go hiking through a forest, and then on the side there's like the side of the mountain, and there's all of these natural hot springs, and they made these clay hot tubs around them and stuff like that, and you sit and they serve you food and drinks and stuff there while you like sit in like natural hot springs. That would probably, I'd like just go there and be like in the sun, like, you know, that's what I would do. I don't know. I would go somewhere where it's very warm and tropical and like.
But they have the same in Japan, and you can take a bath with monkeys there. It's somewhere in the mountains. It's not really warm, but the water is warm, and the monkeys take a bath with you. It's so cool.
Speaking of Japan, their culture is amazing, by the way. But going up there's, I mean, like the cherry blossom trees and stuff like that. But there is this tour that you can take where you can like literally get the meal that like the kings would get in like the 16 or 1700s, and you sit down and you have like geisha gear on, like they're literally like serving you, and you're in like you have to wear proper sandals and like you have to wear the attire. That would be something that is amazing to experience a king's meal. I believe it's on Strictly Dumplings channel, and also Mark Wiens' channel has it. But they go and do it, and they do it with their like significant other, and it's like just like this amazing like 27 course meal, and it's like 3 or 4 hours long, and like they give you tea and all sorts of stuff. But it's like this experience, right? You know what I mean? You're literally treated like a king. Pretty crazy.
Lady Laura Dane says, "I'm never taking a bath with no effing monkeys." Yeah. Thank you very much. How would you
also, King McKay lives in New Zealand. Worldcon 2021 is in New Zealand. I'm totally going to visit you, King, and I want to go. I want to go to the goddamn Shire, man.
I'm coming as well. King McKay, please invite me, or I'll invite myself. I always wanted to see the Shire. I mean, hello, I'm a hobbit. Okay, Nikolai Jurican said, "What mythical city do you guys believe is real?"
I think Atlantis was real before. I just don't know if it was called Atlantis.
Well, I think Troy. Do you say Troy? We say Troja in German, because in German, Troy. Yeah, I think Troy is real, like 100%.
Troy was real.
Yeah, but you know, like in the Homer kind of way. With the war and everything.
I think there's probably a city that serves as an alien base on the dark side of the moon.
Next question is, what's on your bucket list? Well, I accomplished 2 of those things this summer. One was meeting George R.R. Martin, so that, and going to California. So I'll let you ladies go.
I need a lot more tattoos. A lot more tattoos.
That's on your bucket list, isn't that just what I want?
Yeah, no, I know that's a need. I need a lot more tattoos. I don't know. Nirvana, enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment. I'll go with that.
Oh, I want to go to a really cool rock concert. I want to see. Oh yeah, I know. I'm the biggest Elton John fan. Like, my favorite song ever is Tiny Dancer, and I just love Elton John. And before all these people die, we need to see. I want to see Clapton before he dies. I want to see Elton John before he dies. I want to see like the Stones.
Like next year, I'm going to Philadelphia. I'm a huge football fan. I'm going to Philadelphia to meet one of our subscribers of the channel, Michael Gagliardi, and we're going to go to a Philadelphia versus New York Giants game and have cheesesteaks after. That's like one thing that you have to do after a Philly Eagles game. But yeah, like those kinds of things. I mean, I have such a huge bucket list. I don't know. It's like, there's so many things I want to do. What is your most embarrassing moment? Oh my, I got a good one, but I'll let you ladies go first.
Okay, so there's going to be a tiny little narrative here. When I was at university, all of the rooms were on the first floor, So, and to get down to the main atrium, there was a flight of glass stairs. So basically completely see-through stairs. And which is really unfortunate because below these see-through stairs was about 2,000 people having their lunch on any given day. So obviously ladies that were wearing skirts would be very careful as they were walking down said glass stairs. But I decided that I was going to trip and basically stunt roll down 2 flights of stairs and then land with my backside in the air and my skirt over my head on the floor in front of about 2,000 people. And it really hurt. You know, you do that thing where you really hurt, but you pretend like it's fine and you kind of shake it off because you're just mortified. So I scuttled off into the toilets and I'm like, I've just shown my knickers to 2,000 strangers. Awesome. Good times.
Helen?
I'm really bad with names, and it's not one actual thing. But it happens to me very often, and you know, then I just forget, and then I just call her you or him you, blah blah blah, and I don't mention the name because I forgot the name, and I can't ask again because it's so embarrassing. And then people are like, "You don't know my name, do you?" And I'm like, "No." So that happens to me super often.
We used to work at a hockey arena. It's called the Rink Rat. I took a job when I was 16 years old in there, and I used to peg the nets on hockey, and I used to shovel, like whenever the periods were over, I'd like go shovel the ice around the nets. I'd unpeg the nets and take the nets off, and then the Zamboni, the thing that like goes on the ice and cleans the ice and makes sure that it's good for the next period, would come on and clean the ice. But one time there was a playoff game, and I was tasked with putting down the mat on the ice for the anthem singer. Okay. So what I did is I went to put the mat down, and they're like, yeah, test it out. Make sure you put your feet on it, blah, blah, blah. So I tested, I put my foot on it, and I slipped, and the mat went to center ice, and my pants ripped all the way on the right side, all the way down to my ankle on the one side. So there was about 5,000 people in the arena. So I had to run all the way to center ice, and people were clapping. So I went to center ice, and I got the mat, and I took a bow. Okay, I took a bow, and then I ran back and put it back, and the players were also clapping. They were like, we were trying to make fun of it, like, but anyways, I got in so much shit from my boss after because I was not supposed to take a bow like that because I like fucked it up. But anyways, that's my most embarrassing moment because like I tried to pat down the mat for the anthem singer, and I slipped and literally I like kicked it. I'm like, oh my
video.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucked.
Bernie the Bird wants to know if you were free balling.
I was like, oh shit. And then after I like duct taped my pants and like stapled it together, it was really bad. I really screwed up. We got another donation, Sydney Weinberger. Been meaning to do this for a long time. I absolutely love you guys and watch all of your videos. Thank you so much for the donation, Sydney. I got in so much trouble, guys. It was bad. I almost got fired. Anyways.
And Bernie the Bird's still waiting for her answer. Were you freeballing?
Oh God, no, it wasn't. I was, but it was a really bad gash. You know, okay, Andy Sorrell, another donation. What house in Game of Thrones would you most like to be born to, and why? Not which is your favorite. Well, I mean the Tyrells. I mean, they got the most fertile land. I mean, easy for me. Andy, Gemma, you agree with the Tyrells?
Yeah, I'm the same. Tyrells. It's just so beautiful in Highgarden, all the trees and the luscious fruits and all the abundance.
Give me money.
Lannister, then.
So yeah, I mean, Helen would. I mean, she likes to go shopping, so Lannisters have money. But so do the Tyrells, though. But oh yeah, she's got a little smirk on there. She's a little evil. Okay, well, by the way,
Sophie Griffin had a good question.
Yes. Which one was it, Gemma?
Do you believe in the paranormal, and have you ever experienced anything paranormal and ghostly?
I would say that I encounter some really intense negative energy where I used to live. There's this church, and I'm pretty sure there used to be a Native American burial ground there. And I was walking home at like 3 in the morning at night once, and I thought I heard something, but I just like, I don't know, just the feeling I had was like a sense of dread, like that something really bad had happened there and that I shouldn't be there, or at least. So that's kind of my experience. I don't necessarily know if that's like a really big experience, but Canada is filled with tons of Native American, super important areas that are important to the Native Americans, and that specific site where the old church was, and where I walked by, just felt like I don't know, just felt like I had encountered something not good. Gemma, what about you?
I would say that I genuinely experience things that could potentially be put into that category probably every day of my life. I'm a very spiritual person, but you guys know me. I don't have a particular viewpoint because I'm quite open to being okay with not knowing. What I have instead is a variety of theories that I like to pose and question, and then I have maybe a favorite theory at the time. For a long time I really enjoyed the theory that it wasn't ghosts or spirits per se, that it was more residue from parallel universes. That's when I was going through my parallel universe phase. I've also toyed with the concept of different dimensions, which again would be residue, and I'm really weird. So, but like I said, I don't know. But I've certainly experienced many things that I can't explain. I think everybody has. Helen?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really believe in that. Or not believe is wrong. I don't feel it. I don't have the radar for it. But what I find super weird is when you think about somebody and you haven't heard from him in a really long time, and literally in that second, that person texts you or sends you an email or tries to call you. And that happened to me so often. Or like dreams that come true in exactly that kind of manner. And yeah, I don't know. I find that super weird. And I think, wasn't it you, Gemma, or somebody told me that we only use like 10 or 9% of our brain, women probably more than men.
I think it's like up to 13, I think it's like up to 13%.
Yeah. And
for women, obviously.
For women, yeah. For men, it's like, well, down under.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's so I never knew that actually, and that's so weird, and that makes me think, yeah, what's with the rest? Do we use that on another level and just don't know about it? And yeah, that's what gets me.
Yeah, me too, Bernie the Burnt. I get deja vu literally at least once a day. At least once a day.
I got a story about that actually. So in high school, my friend Wayne, his sister ended up dying. There was an accident. We were all supposed to be going to this keg party, and she stuck her head out, and then my friend swerved, and her head hit a stop sign, and she ended up dying. And it was just like a couple of weeks later, I was driving my friend Angie home, and I had deja vu, literally, because it was a yellow light. And I was about to turn, so I still had right of way to turn, and I had deja vu and this truck like literally came out of nowhere, and I swerved. I was like, oh shit, we're gonna be in an accident. So I had deja vu that we were gonna be in a car accident, and then this truck almost hit us. So I swerved. Wow. I almost got T-boned by another car, and I ended up being in this I ended up in this parking lot, and she goes, oh my god, did you just have like deja vu? And I'm like, yeah, I did. It was like really weird. The thing is like right before that happened, we were talking about her death and her dying in a car crash. So that was something that was really odd. But the craziest thing of all, after I drove her home, I got home, I turned the TV on, and it was a commercial of how many teens die in car crashes every single year in Ontario. I turned off the TV and I dropped the channel changer. I was like shaking. I was like, what in the F? Because like just the fact that we were talking about it, that we almost got in a car crash, and then I got home and turned the TV on, and it was a commercial I was like, this many die from this impaired driving, all that kind of stuff. I wasn't impaired, but I'm just saying. So it was like three things happened in relation to like this one incident. I was like, okay, like I don't know if that's paranormal or.
I'm very open to anything along those lines. I love conspiracy theories. I love anything that's a little bit out there, a little bit left field, because I'm very comfortable with not needing to know the answer, with not having to make a decision one way or other. I just love exploring things, and I'm also very aware that I myself and every other human being has such a limited understanding of what this world truly is, and there's so much more to explore. So why wouldn't you? I'm not interested in what happened yesterday, and I'm not interested in what's happening tomorrow. I'm interested in what's happening now, and I think there's so much to explore, and why wouldn't you? It's fun, and that's, if you want to see it. I just don't need to say, oh yes, I believe the earth is flat, for example. I don't, but I watch a video on YouTube about the flat earth and think, oh, that was fairly interesting. Obviously nuts, but I'm open to all sorts of suggestions, and I'll lay it out there and then either make a decision or not. So
what we're going to do is, we've had some pretty serious questions and not as many fun questions. We're going to finish it out on a fun note. Anybody here from the panel think of a really fun question, or anybody in chat think of a really fun question that we can kind of go off here?
Nicola, how did you come from normal topics to downright creepy? They call us creepy now.
I knew we were going to turn this into Ancient Aliens. I just knew it somehow.
Okay, I got a double question for a panel. So here, and everyone in chat. So Gemma and Helen, what is a new show that you've watched that you've really, really enjoyed? And what movie are you most excited for to come out this year or next year? So for me, my newest show, I watched My Hero Academia, which is actually an anime. It's really sweet. It's based on people with quirks, and they're either born with them or they're not. And there's this school, and they get to fight villains and stuff. It's a really cool story. I love that. But next year, I'm obviously super excited for the Marvel movies, but I'm really excited for Godzilla King of Monsters. It looks friggin' amazing. So that's what I'm really excited about.
Tim F's got a great question. If you could be any superhero, who would it be and why? Can I answer that one instead? That's
wow. Okay.
Yeah. I would be Hero from Heroes. Can you remember the guy who could literally control space and time?
He's awesome.
Yeah, and that would literally just stop everything and then pick it up when you wanted, and then just to think about a place and just be there. That would be my superpower. I used to literally, when I was a child, I used to fantasize about having that superpower. I love it. Space and time, that's all I ask for.
Oh.
All right, Helen?
I've always loved Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman was my first comic I ever read, and I just love her, and I'm fucking in love with Gal Gadot since I saw that movie.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, weird model becoming an actress, but she's so cool. And that Princess Buttercup is her mom and everything. It's so cool. Yeah, so Wonder Woman.
Lady Laura Jane says, I just want to shag Aquaman. Is that really asking too much?
Yeah. Give me how did you guys like the trailer? Like the 5-minute, 4-minute thingy?
I'm worried, but I'm gonna go and watch it. So
yeah,
I'll say that them losing Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, not to say that I like the most recent movies that they were in, is a big deal. DC is a dumpster fire right now, with the exception of Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
but is Cavill confirmed?
I thought he was coming back.
No, he's not coming back. He's not coming back as Superman. He is done as Superman. He's actually going to be playing Geralt of Rivia in the Witcher series.
I know. Oh my god, I'm so excited about that.
Oh, that is going to be like.
Yes.
Did you guys hear that they want to cast? I mean, I have many Polish friends, and I'm sorry, not offending anyone, but a lot of Polish people are super racist, and apparently, like, not in a bad way, but there are no other people living in Poland except Polish people, and so they don't know, they fear the unknown, and apparently they there's a casting call for Siri as a non-white.
She already got casted. It got announced yesterday.
Was it? I didn't know. So who's it?
It's Siri and Yennefer both got casted. Siri's like way younger. She looks a lot younger than she looks like she's maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah, but it's not about the game. I mean, the game is kind of.
She has like bright green eyes, like bright green blue eyes. She's very pale.
Oh, is she? Okay, because whole of Poland
went nuts. Also looks younger. Yennefer looks more tanned and olive skin and brunette features and stuff like that. That's going to be, I mean, there's so many good shows and good movies that are coming out. Like, I know we talk about Game of Thrones all the time, but like, there's so many other good shows out there.
Hello.
I'm looking forward to Captain Marvel. I'm really excited. I know a lot of people saw the trailer and they were like, me, I'm not feeling it. Oh. And I just thought, I'm just so excited that Marvel are having a female protagonist. And I think I have 2 daughters, so I'm very interested in the pop culture that they are interested in, bigging up women. So, and I have a feeling Marvel generally get it right.
Secret Invasion plotline with the Super Skrulls is amazing in the comics. Yeah.
I'm excited for Captain Marvel.
And in the trailer, you see her punch a grandmother. That's not a grandmother.
No. I think that's safe to say.
but this was really fun doing this today. I actually have to go. It's Pedro's birthday tonight. I said that we would do this a little earlier and that we would make sure we do the stream today. What we will actually do is next week we're going to be on Gemma's channel. Of course, it's going to be the Halloween stream. It's going to be really fun. We've got that going down for you. But I promise that we will do this again sometime soon. We'll do another get to know you Q&A. We're definitely, me and Gemma actually are going to do a special Patreon bonus video. We haven't done a bonus podcast for you in a little bit. It's not going to be up today, but we're going to record it sometime this weekend or early next week for you. And then we'll also post it on YouTube. Instead of just sharing them on Patreon, we're going to share them on YouTube from now on too. So.
And guys, what about, there's so many amazing, great people in the chat that have to say a lot more than I do. Why don't you make people under this video, let's say under this video, people should let you know why you should invite them on the next stream or tell a funny story or whatever. And then they are on your next fun shenanigans stream. One of the people.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we want to thank everyone for joining here today. Of course, everyone that made generous donations today, everybody that supports the channel on Patreon, gave us the awesome questions from Geek Chat, Facebook, Gemma's comment section, and from all over. We really, really appreciate it. Like I said, wish this could be a little bit longer today, but it is Pedro Blaze's birthday today. So if any of you do know him and you have him on Facebook or you want to go say happy birthday, you can go find them on Iridescent Manga on Facebook, or you can go check out Blaze Manga on YouTube and go subscribe to them. Actually, all their details in the description of this video to go subscribe. That'd be a nice little birthday gift if some people want to say happy birthday to him. But you can find
Tim F has already volunteered to be part of a stream. There we go.
There we go. We got Tim.
He's a dirty dog. So be careful.
And we got another donation from Andy. Damn. Ugh. And plus, we gotta have Chrissy on We gotta have Chrissy on sometime. She keeps on avoiding me because, whatever. But it's fine. Chrissy, you better come on sometime. And we have Urtach in the chat who will come on some. Urtach may be coming to Con of Thrones. So,
yay!
His most recent piece, everyone. My God, the Hound fighting against the Night King with a fiery sword. Go check it out on TV. Yeah. But any final words, ladies, before you leave?
Thank you for having me on your channel. Thank you, Helen, for joining us. Thank you for all the great questions. That was fun. Obviously, like 99% of the time we do Game of Thrones, but every now and again, it's fun to just kind of show you guys who we really are. And now you all know officially how weird I am. I do apologize. No, I don't. Thanks for having me on the stream, Kyle.
And Helen, and that's going to be it, everyone. So we will see you all in the next video. Hype.
Bye.